Go.
All right, we are back here at Shop Talk. I am Calvin from Next Gen Escape.
And I'm Jax from Crazy Squirrel Game Store.
We are here. We are hot. We have a hot topic to talk about. We're just finishing up from last episode, talking about employees. Now I kind of want to talk about already. How do you decide which employee to bring on? You mentioned last time that you look for, like in Jesus' case, for example, your general manager, I would say.
Yeah.
He has a very complementary skill set, mindset to what you have.
He does, yeah. And I was always told that's how you hire somebody. You want somebody that's smarter than you in the position they're going to be in, right? And you, honestly, I think it also means you have to acknowledge that you are not as smart as you think you are, right? And that can be a hard thing for a lot of entrepreneurs. But when we know we need somebody when when we're dropping the ball, we know it's time to get a new employee. We also know, now that we've got 15 years of data, we know during which season we need more hours and when we don't need hours. I do a thing called open books accounting, where if the staff wants to know where we are financially, they're more than welcome to know. I will walk them through it. I often give them updates at the end of the month. But like if I know we have to cut hours, I'm going to be like, this is why we're cutting hours. I don't want them to be surprised.
That is a bold move. I have read about that in my college years, read about that of having open books and letting people just have free access. Our staff technically have that ability. They can go in and literally see how many bookings we have in a given day, and they can generally get a heartbeat of how well we're doing. I don't think that they care enough.
Yeah, so
about that, so that's why for me it's like kind of fine that they do or don't, but I've heard of repercussions of if you're doing bad and the employees see that, then things might get worse.
Yes, and that's a chance that I'm willing to take. So I came from the newspaper industry where the leaders of multiple newspapers I was at they wouldn't tell people when times were bad, they would just lay off people. And I was at a major paper, and one of them was literally like, we need you guys to stop looking into our finances. And I'm like, is a room full of journalists. That's what they do. So coming out of that industry, I just wanted to be like, I'm willing to be as open as I think is good. Just so like they're not surprised by our shifts, right? Because the employees here are different than the employee, like they're hourly. So they need to be able to budget. So that's why I try to do that. But also, I don't necessarily tell them everything. But we know cyclically when we know we're going to need people. Or when we're dropping projects, we know we're going to need people. So when we're looking for new people, many times the staff will have suggestions. They're usually not suggestions of friends, because that's not a situation I want to be in where I have people who are good friends on staff and they don't like each other.
Every time that we've done that, and it's only happened a few times, it has backfired almost every time.
Yeah.
I think every time it has backfired.
We had two people date one year, and I had to have a meeting with them about like, look, if this goes wrong, just be aware. Like, I get it. So when we're looking for somebody, when we know, often the staff will give suggestions or will tell people specifically when to apply. We have a very easy application process. You have to submit a resume. If you submit it by email, you have to use a specific subject line and send it to a specific web address. Because if you can't do those three simple things, there's no way you're going to survive here, right? And because I was previously a copy editor, I read your resume. And if you make a bunch of giant mistakes on your resume, I know you can't pay attention to detail.
And it's supposed to make you look good, and if you're making yourself look like you don't know how to spell.
Right? So it's really important to pay attention to that stuff. Like, that is important stuff. And I have offered before to like help people with their resume, because I used to be a copy editor, so I'm not too bad at it. So, but that is a big thing. We do that. We pick at least 3 resumes to bring those people in to interview. And we usually do 2 sets of interviews. So like if Jesus and I can both be at the same one, that's okay, we're good. But if only one of us can be there, then we do two interviews. And not only do we talk about their resume and ask them a ton of questions, we do a thing where before they come in for the second interview, we give them the name of a couple of things that we sell. We at least give them that name by the night before their interview, and then when they come in the next day for that interview, we have them try to sell us one of those products. So this lets me know, did they do any research about that product? Because I try to pick, if they come in and they say they're really good at Magic, they're gonna have to sell me something out of the role-playing section.
Not the game that they know, because
Yeah.
that's easy, that's
I know
not what
that's
we
easy,
need to know.
right?
Yeah.
So we have them try to sell us something, and I often am trying to ask them questions towards the end of that I know they don't know, because I want to hear how they react to not knowing something. Do they make it up? Do they tell me, oh, I don't know that, but I'm happy to look it up for you and get back to you? Like, that's kind of what I'm looking for in that. And we look for, on our resumes, we're looking for service industry stuff. We're in retail, so we're working with the public all the time. I don't care if you play games, because I can teach you how to play a game. But if you
They're fun,
can't,
it's not that hard to
right?
enjoy at least.
If you don't know how to act personably to, let's say, a wide diversity of customers, right? We own geek businesses, so we have lots of people on the spectrum. We have lots of people who are younger and discovering what the world is. So that's our most important thing, is I want to know, are you good with people? And then I can teach you about games. And what do you guys do?
We had a process, and I'm still working on that process.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure out the best way to figure out who is it that we want to work with us. We've recently just hired someone, and it was the most probably casual way that I've done it.
Yeah.
And so far, it's been working out great. And that's not hard for new employees to come on board. And for the first few months, they're awesome.
Right.
They really enjoy it. They're highly engaged. And then they get bored, or they're not challenged enough. They don't like how the organization is ran because it doesn't meet their expectations. I'm not sure.
Right.
X, Y, and Z things. And then they start to not be the best employees. But this time, we were super casual. Normally, we have an application, the Google form that they have to go through.
Yeah.
You do need to have a Google account. I don't think it's that crazy to ask for people to apply to just
free.
have that.
Yeah.
It's free. You can go to the local library. You can use our tablet to submit the application in our lobby if you don't have access to that technology.
Yeah.
There are definitely ways of going about it and getting it. And we ask that you submit a resume, and then we ask a fair number of questions. But it's simple questions such as like, have you played escape rooms before? We're really just trying to understand their personality before they even come in. And I tried to give as few quantitative questions, as many qualitative questions as possible, so that way they get to show their personality. I really enjoy working with theater kids. They have explosive personalities, and they like to show and perform. And that's why I'm looking to give, and our escape rooms, I want our staff to not be a performing monkey, but like
but they have to have
want
big personalities.
Yeah, they need to have a personality, and they need to have a passion for what they do. And if that passion isn't present, our players know immediately. They can sniff it from a mile away. So now, really, the application process is: have you played escape rooms before? Do you know what it is that you're applying to?
Right.
Because everyone that we've worked with before who doesn't have a burning passion for escape rooms, they typically don't work out. They aren't as good as the other employees. The employees that do care about escape rooms, they pay for themselves.
Yeah.
In terms of what they bring to the team, and that's really what we're looking for the future. So now, I don't even focus too much on the resume part. I just want to see, have they worked ever before?
Yeah.
Typically, if they have one X qualifier, X thing that makes them unique, that is really something that I look at. Oh, you're the captain of the tennis team.
Right.
When you're in high school, that has no bearing on escape rooms, but that does mean that you at least did something. At least there's that.
I'm like, if you were an Eagle Scout for the Boy Scouts or a Gold Scout for the Girl Scouts, I will automatically interview you.
Yeah.
Because I know
Much
that
more
you
interested.
have volunteered. I know that you've been active. I know that you've worked.
You're
with
willing
other
to
people.
dedicate yourself to something for a long term, a long time commitment. And for us, we need to be able to rely on you. Training our staff for a room, it's doable. We have checklists, and you can go through it one by one. but making sure that you can also deliver that same level of thoroughness when we're gone.
Yep.
Because why else are we paying for staff if we can't fully trust them to be able to run the escape rooms themselves? So we're trying to work on it. I used to have a few more, I guess, like hard-hitting questions. I used to have a almost like not a trick question, but I was definitely looking for one particular answer, and very few people could actually give me that answer, so I stopped asking it. The question was always, if you were given a night where we told you there is no refunds tonight, we cannot give out a single refund, no matter what happens. You cannot give out anything. And obviously something bad happens and a group demands a refund. What do you do? When your manager has told you not to do that? And oftentimes
it's such a predicament to put them in.
It's a tough question to put people who've never been in or been trained in that position. It's not fair, I feel like, to ask that question, and that's why I don't do it anymore. I do get very troubling answers, and that is that even though that they know the policy is don't give out a refund, or don't give out a refund, they give out a refund. They find a way to issue it without us like literally giving them money back. But it always ends up costing us. But we do refunds. Just to be clear. I do refunds. I'm just saying in a hypothetical box situation, what would you do? And they didn't always answer it the way that I wanted, which was just talk to the manager. Just talk to me. Just let me know you have a problem, so that way I can take care of it, because I want our employees to have agency over their jobs and what they do. But there's a certain point where there's still a level that you can rely on me, and I am there for you to ask and to use me like a resource, because it's my baby too, and I need this to work. So let me know when something isn't right. Let me know when the ceiling tile falls out, right?
And that's it. Like, my staff has a lot of agency, but they also know when to call me. And that's important. And when we're interviewing people, the other big thing that we're looking for is, will you fit in with the rest of the team? Because if you're not going to fit in with the team, then that's going to make the team unhappy, and then that makes the team not like be as good, right? We don't need other stresses. So a lot of it is like checking out your personality and seeing where you are, and will you fit in? Because retail's hard. Retail's a hard job, right? You got to do everything from cleaning bathrooms to give psychological counseling when somebody comes in and has a problem.
And unfortunately, not every applicant understands that that's what the entirety of the job is. They might think that, oh, they need a clerk. I love playing games, so I'm just going to be behind the cash register, just wheeling money all day, and that would be really cool. But there are so many other responsibilities that come with that, and having to contribute to an operating and successful business. It takes a lot of effort.
It does. I love that part of it, but it's a learned skill. Right? So, but that's what we think about how to like find good employees, keep some of those good employees. At least they can never fire me, right? They can't get fired.
That's the best thing. Yeah, they can't get you out until a mutiny happens, I guess.
Right.
We'll wait and see when they rise up against you. We are living in a post-apocalyptic America, and we have our Legos completed. I got my cute hamster with a flower done. Can he sit? Oh, there we go.
That is adorable.
That's pretty sweet.
I have a little road hazard work crew, and the only really concerning thing is they gave me extra hair. I'm just like,
whoa!
What did happen to the
hats.
third worker? So, but that's what we do, right? If you're in a business, you're building things all the time. This is the easy way to build stuff.
It was the most fun I've had talking about business in a while.
So come join us again. Send us questions or comments. We're more than happy to answer them. I'm Jax at Crazy Squirrel.
I've been Calvin from Next Gen Escape. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. See you next time.